Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 13 August 2018. I am back from the 2018 Great Eastern Cutlery Rendezvous held last weekend, and I'm rested and even have one day of work sharpening knives under my belt. And I thought I would make a few videos of the haul that I made over the weekend. Got one, if you haven't already seen it, on the 2018 Rendezvous knife, a very special number 46 Whaler. Also making a video on just one that I hoped I might find when I got there in the store, on the number 43 Oregon Trapper. Came home with one of those. And Mr. Howard, in his benevolence, kind of to surprise the great one, Charlie Campagna, made 25 very special Tom's Choice Barlows that he was able to distribute to very interested and hungry collectors over the weekend. So before I show you the Barlow we're going to feature in this video, just to give you a little bit of texture and context, this is one of the normal, if there is such a thing, Tom's Choice Barlows. This is my New Day Barlow 2-blade knife with a spectacular spay blade, satin finished and etched, long pull cut swedge, and a very well sized pen blade. Of course, all steel construction, as I think all Tom's Choices are, at least most of them. This one in gorgeous jigged bone. Can't remember what we called that. Might be autumn gold, might be something else. Isn't that beautiful? So this is one of many similar patterns. And then a couple of years ago, I think in 2015 to be exact, we got this rather odd looking thing with its scratted bone covers and its distressed bolsters and from the factory patinaed blade in a swedged lamb's foot, which is kind of like a sheep's foot but tapers, smaller at the tip than it is at the root of the blade, and then stamped with the Campagna family crest from the old country, Sicily. Man, my focus is just giving me fits tonight. So this knife, boy, it's either loved or hated in the GEC collecting population. Kind of an odd blade, kind of an odd finish. It must have killed Mr. Howard to make a knife that looked old. And you know, when these were sort of new in the market, secondary prices weren't that strong. You could buy one of these in ebony wood for under $200, and the scratted bone kind of ran at or just over $200. They're picking up steam now, though. So this was the first crack at the ancient Barlow. Okay, Mr. Howard had quite a surprise in store for Charlie this year, though. Remember what that one looked like? Some hints of age on it. But the 25 that he gave to Charlie for the Rendezvous look like this. Would you look at that? Bolsters a little more distressed, and Bill's got stories about how they did that. None of them true. Look at that. It looks like it's got 100 years of pitting in that steel bolster. Pins, visible and proud. Covers, proud of the bolsters. That's how they did it 100 years ago, guys. They slapped some bone on there, however thick it was is what it was. And that's exactly what they did here. The outside of the bone is as received. The inside, ground flat. Notice how proud that cover material is to the bolsters. No smooth transitions here. That knife really does look 100 years old. Now here's the blade. It's kind of a tapering spear point. Interesting too. Here's the tube cap. Does that look a little funny? There are only 5 digits and they're spaced oddly. This knife said 15C 115, so the blade shape, C for Charlie, okay? This knife, well, they didn't want to think that hard. So it's not a normal GEC spear, and they already used the C for Charlie, so this is 15 blank 118. How cool is that? The blade shape blank. Now they did the blade a little differently in finishing. They did not pre-grind before heat treat and then only remove part of the scale. This knife, it looks like was acid stone washed. That satin appears to be off the new, you're not going to believe this, CNC grinder at GEC. Yes, sirree, Bob. The crest now is an etch instead of a stamp. They had all kinds of fits with that stamp. So to give this one the look of age, they put a little acid stone wash on it. Mechanics are amazingly great. It's about a 6.5 pull as usual, with perfect centering, perfect walk and talk. Now, before you guys noticed, I have sharpened this knife. Yes, I have. And it's quite sharp. It's quite sharp, like sticky sharp. Why would I do that to a collectible knife of great value and resale value? Well, here's why. I'm going to read you the tube. The new ancient Barlow, built to be used. Here we are again, taking a virtual step back into history. A well-engineered step, mind you. We gathered all of the wrinkles of time along with the dreams and desires of cutlers past to create a simple but well-made tool for you to enjoy. Then hand down to the next generation or even the generation after. Bestowed in good working order, ready for more. Of course, we cannot guarantee this knife will last that long, nor maintain its exceptional value. But if you use this newest ancient safely and intelligently with the good sense you use to run the rest of your life, the odds are good. Oil the joints regularly, keep the blade sharp, and chances are good this Barlow can last, like the very old knives we used as models for this one. Let's compare them in 50 years. Optimistically yours, Charlie, way north. P.S. Please use this knife. So, never having been one to defy Mr. Campagna, I sharpened it and I will be using it. How cool is this knife? You know, oh golly. It's cool beyond words, guys. Man, I just love it. I just love it. What an awesome piece. What an awesome piece. Thank you, Charlie. Great to see you as always, and what a true friend. Guys, if you haven't met Charlie, he lives in Western Canada. So if you're not from that neck of the woods, there's probably about one way to meet him. You're going to have to make it one of these years to a Great Eastern Cutlery Rendezvous, because he's there every single year. Yep. And if all you did for 3 days at a Great Eastern Cutlery Rendezvous is sit and talk to Charlie. It'd be a really good weekend. I'm just saying. That is all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word and my new ancient Barlow are sharp.